Hey everyone, happy Saturday. We finally made it to the weekend and we do have some nicer, more quiet, pleasant weather on the way. We do probably keep some showers and storms around during the morning, the late morning and through the early afternoon, only at the coast. So I think the majority of the area will be dry the rest of your Saturday, except for right along the coastline. We'll probably see some showers and storms lingering throughout the early part of the afternoon. And that's really it. We'll see decreasing clouds as the day goes on. That means more sunshine in the afternoon, especially and through the early evening. So really a nice second half to your Saturday is coming after we started with some rain and storms. But luckily, they weren't so bad, the ones that we had overnight, especially in comparison to the severe weather we had on Thursday night. Good news is we have no rain to worry about after today. We are done with the rain over the next week, but it will be turning hotter, especially starting Monday, and we are going to see temperatures feeling more like late spring, early summer. I mean, it's already the end of May almost, and you'll definitely feel it as we go into this week. So this week has been pretty busy. We had several rounds of rain and storms, and so far for the month, not including this morning, but all the way up until yesterday, we already received over 3.5 inches of rain, so we are above average for the entire month of May so far, and of course the month is only half over. So we'll see. For the next week though, not expecting any rain, but afterwards, only a few days left in the month, we'll see. But so far we are on track, of course, that it's above average for May. And we'll see as we get into the next several months how much rain we will get. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just not good when it all happens at once. But I'm sure many of us were happy to get those gardens watered and things like that. But over the next week, don't really have to worry about any rain coming our way. And we'll talk about why in just a few minutes. But looking back to Thursday night's severe weather, damaging winds across southeastern Louisiana and South Mississippi. That big complex of storms that came in, it was a mess. I mean, many people still dealing with power outages, and it's a couple days later. So unfortunately, that's what we had on Thursday night. And we have that one confirmed tornado in St. James Parish that happened on Thursday night in Romeville. It was an EF1 tornado with wind speeds at 105 miles per hour, and the path length was 5 miles long. And they'll still be picking up the pieces from that destructive tornado for several weeks, if not months, and maybe even longer. So unfortunately, that's what we had on Thursday night. I'm glad that this morning's storms weren't so bad, but that's really, unfortunately, what we have when we're in severe weather season. As we get into June, though, severe weather season does calm down, but we know what we're getting into as we get into later in the summer, hurricane season, but we'll worry about that in the future. Today, though, fantastic weather for the afternoon. More sunshine, temperatures in the mid-80s. It's warm, but not too terribly hot just yet. It will be humid, but really a really good Saturday. After we did pay the price this morning for some rain, it will be dry the rest of today. Temperatures will be in the 70s later tonight. It's going to be very mild and humid as we head into tonight and early tomorrow. So here's precision cast for your Saturday. Dry for most of the area, except for those lingering showers and storms right along the coast. Most of them happening offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, but they'll probably continue to graze our coastline from Grand Isle to Buras throughout the early part of the afternoon. Once we get to about 3 o'clock, I think even the coast will be seeing those winding down and wrapping up. And really, this afternoon and evening look really nice for outdoor plans. And tomorrow, also a great day, but we could see some fog early tomorrow morning, but expect lots of sunshine after maybe some patchy fog early on your Sunday. Sunny skies expected tomorrow and a beautiful Sunday, but it will be very warm and humid. Tonight, for any plans outside, kind of that muggy feel. We'll have a few scattered clouds around, but as the skies start to clear, we have calm winds. The grounds are very wet and saturated because we've seen so much rain lately. Those are kind of all the ingredients you need for fog formation. So we'll probably see some patchy fog, maybe some locally dense fog late tonight, overnight, through early tomorrow morning. Just keep that in mind. Make sure you drive carefully if you have plans during those times, especially early tomorrow. Tomorrow morning's low temperatures, upper 60s on the North Shore and lower 70s on the South Shore heading into your early Sunday. So this is a look at our upper pattern going into the next week. Some things are going to be changing. That upper disturbance that brought us The severe weather finally pulling away. We were tracking that for several days. And now this ridge of high pressure is really going to start building over Mexico in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and it will shift a little bit to the northeast closer to us. And this will give us our warm up for the work week. It will not only warm us up, but it will dry us out as high pressure suppresses rain chances with that sinking air on the large scale, preventing any storms from developing. Really no mechanisms for storms to get going. So we're going to be dry for several days. Something actually we want after all the rain we've seen lately. Kind of a welcome treat getting into this week. So heating up, that's really the story. The heat this week, and that is it. Plenty of sunshine to come too, and really stress-free weather. But if you have to work outside, you have to deal with this heat, something to keep in mind. Temperatures around 90 degrees Monday through Friday, maybe even some lower 90s squeezed in there. And we'll see southerly surface winds during this week, meaning we'll see the increase in humidity. So we'll keep dew points probably upper 60s, low 70s. It's humid, it's muggy. So we got the temperatures in the 90s, we got the higher humidity. So that means our heat index or our feels like temperatures will probably jump into the middle, maybe upper 90s every afternoon. So if you have to be outside for several hours every afternoon, you have to work outside, make sure you bring extra water. You take those breaks in the shade, take it easy. Since we're just getting into the hot time of the year, it's always an adjustment period, and it is coming our way this week. Several days in the 90s and feels like temperatures a few degrees warmer in the mid to upper 90s. So something to keep in mind. Enjoy Saturday. We'll only be in the mid 80s and then upper 80s tomorrow. And then we see 90s probably even through next weekend. And next weekend is already Memorial Day weekend, if you can believe that. Zero chance for rain because that upper ridge. After today's showers, we say goodbye to those rain chances. Here's your 7-day forecast. That's it. Sunny skies, 90s every day. Unfortunately, our mornings now become a little more uncomfortable. Temperatures in the low 70s every morning. Upper 60s on the North Shore early in the week, but then even the North Shore gets into the low 70s later in the week. We'll probably see a bit more cloud cover coming in Thursday and Friday as that upper ridge starts to break down a bit. But I think since it's so close by, we're not really going to see any shot at some showers. Maybe a stray shower Friday if the ridge breaks down enough. But looking ahead to next weekend, which is Memorial Day weekend, so far the models show it dry, so that's good, but that of course can change. So make sure you do check back for the holiday weekend coming up and think about those plans. Maybe head to the beach or do something fun outside here in New Orleans. It is coming up and school is coming to a close this week, so also keep that in mind. I'm sure you have. Thanks for tuning in to the WWL Louisiana digital stream. We'll be back for the news this evening.